Before you spend another penny or a thought on what your database should look like and what CRM you should use, let's get your database in order so your life can be easier and you can start getting referrals. If building your business by referral and using systems that actually make sense while creating your own leads is what you're all about, make sure you hit subscribe and we're gonna get started. By the end of this video, you're gonna know how to organize your database, who should be in it, how to categorize it, and where to put your energy in to start getting referrals. This is the exact system I use, and I'm gonna let you peek behind and see my file that I use for myself. I've also helped many agents build big businesses around this simple way to organize your database. The very first step is to figure out who should be in your database. An alt database is a fancy word for information, and it's where we're gonna put our relationships and the people we know to be able to organize where our energy goes. Whether you're revamping your database or you're starting from scratch, I highly suggest just starting with a blank canvas. You can do this on a blank piece of paper, on Google Sheets, on Excel, somewhere where you can just have the names. And right now we're just worried about the humans. We're not worried about all of their contact information or any of that, because you can get bogged down by trying to track down every single person's address when really we just need the humans, so you know who should be there, who you should be talking to, who you should be sharing information with and supporting. It's just about the humans. We'll get all the other information as we go. Put them in off the top of your head and ask yourself, who has the most influence over my business and life right now? Those are the people you want to start with. You'll likely have anywhere from 15 to 40 or so people in that first initial phase of you writing them down. You can add as many as you have, and then you can go back into your contacts and look, say, who did I miss? Go into your Facebook or your social medias and start adding them. But you really want those initial people to be people who, like, you're remembering, like the most influential people you're going to remember. You're going to categorize everyone in your database. I use MVPs, A's, and B's. I don't have a section for C's, but I know a lot of people do, and feel free to have those. I know you're going to ask me how I define those, so let me do that. MVPs are the people who are always referring me, they're always supporting me, sharing my stuff, commenting on social media. Like they're amazing. My A's are great. They refer me. They do a great job. I love working with them. They are great people. My B's are all my other relationships. To get in my A's or my B's really, and my MVPs, we have to get along. I have to like you. We have to have similar values. Like I'm not going to put someone on my list just because I feel like I could get business from them, because they're going to refer people similar to them. And if I don't like them, or if I feel like they don't have high integrity, I'm not going to put them on the list just for the sake of $1. Once you have all of your people listed, then you can go in and I'm going to show you exactly what mine looks like. I'll show you the categories that I have. First name, last name, their address and contact information. Once I already have the list all the way done, I'm not worried about that at first. Their phone number, their email address, and then you'll see contact type. That's where I'm categorizing them between A, B, MVP. So I know if I'm going to send a mailer or I'm going to put in an invite to something, I can select just the A's. It's a way to just separate the people out so I can get contact with them as easily as possible. If they have a social media handle or I communicate with them on social media, I like to put that in there if I have it. I like to see who introduced us, and you'll see why later on. You can see that it's not fancy, but it's highly effective. One trick I do is I use one of these big Post-its and put my MVPs and my A's on this Post-it and stick it on the wall so I can see it every day, because your subconscious brain says, okay, they were important enough to write those names down and now they're on my wall and she's paying attention to them. They must be pretty important people. Don't underestimate how much your subconscious can do for you while you're just working and being around the house or office, and then your subconscious seeing those names. It also gives me an opportunity, if I have a little extra time, to go, okay, who do I need to talk to? Who are my A's? I can contact them first, check in with them first to see if they need anything before I move on to another project. You want to do this before you actually buy or engage in a CRM, because you have the names here. You can always upload them. A CRM is really meant for managing those people, sending drip campaigns, and managing what you've told it to do. You really need the humans first. This is a living, breathing thing, so you keep adding as you meet new people and have relationships, and you add information as you get them from them. This isn't we gotta hurry up and get it all done in one day, and then we never touch it again. People ask, well, why do you categorize people? That's kind of weird that you're rating them. The reason you're rating them is so you know who to put energy into first. So you're going to go to your MVPs first. Those are the people who get the majority of your energy. And if they're anything like me, I am somewhat of a quiet person. I'm never going to ask for anything from someone. And a lot of the people who refer me most never ask for anything. And without this way of saying, okay, they're my MVPs, I need to show special attention to them and make sure that I am letting them know how much I appreciate them, they could fall through the cracks really easily. And that's where you lose a lot of opportunity. You want those people to know that you care about them and that you're interested in helping them make their goals happen too. Then you go to your A's and then your B's. Regardless of how big your database is, even if it's 50 people versus 500 or 1,000 people, every single one of those humans in your database, they're advocates for you. If you've put in people who you genuinely like, you get along with, you know that they would support you or that you have a relationship with, they are potential to be advocates for your business. Advocates out there spreading your word, referring you. So you can see how important it is not to let anyone fall through the cracks. I want to show you a trick you can do with your database to help you get and spark referrals. Take your last year's transactions and have them all printed out and fill out where they came from. Where was the referral? Like who introduced you? And then look back and see who was that person who introduced you to that person, if there is one. When you do that, look and see if there's any common themes. Is someone referring you or connecting you and then you're getting a referral? Look and see if there's any patterns there, and also go back and thank that person. Say, I don't know if you know, but we closed Sally last month and I wouldn't have known Bob who referred her if you didn't introduce me to Bob. So I just want you to know how much I appreciate you and how much I recognize you have helped my business grow. I mean, who doesn't want to refer someone who's coming back and thanking them like that? Now that you've got your sphere together, if you want to know how to grow your sphere and add people consistently, make sure you check out the next video that's all about growing your sphere. And make sure you hit the subscribe button if you got value, because we'll be talking about CRMs in the next coming weeks.